The Other Dog. This story is written by Madeleine L'Engle and illustrated by Christine Davenier. First of all, I think you should know that I am the one who wrote this book. After all, contrary to opinion, the author of a book is very important. Please believe me. Without an author, a book would have never gotten written. So I, Tarjay L. Inge Franklin, wrote this book with the assistance of the inferior canine, Joe. This summer, my mistress went away for several days, and when she came back, she brought with her another dog. If you ask me, this was a great waste of money. Dogs are expensive to feed and clothe, and one dog is enough for any family. I fail to see why I did not satisfy all the requirements. I have beauty, wit, and charm. I've been on a stage. I'm very talented. And until this other dog was brought into our home without warning, my master and mistress seemed perfectly happy with me. I am very good at sitting on laps. In fact, I love sitting on laps. I know of no other dog who can sit on a lap for as long as or with as much patience as I can. So why another dog? I dance oh so daintily. When it's time to eat, my master and mistress love to look after me. So why another dog? I afford my master endless pleasure in his off hours. When he baths and clips me, I can wear my ears long or short. I sit still for hours while he snips off hair here and there. No other dog would be so good and patient. I am tremendously useful in such household tasks as bringing home the groceries, and I always tell my master and mistress when the telephone or the doorbell rings. No one could be more efficient, more energetic, more conscientious, or louder about this than I am. So why another dog? But what's done is done. The dog was brought home, and I had to learn to make the best of it. Nevertheless, from the start, I noticed a great many mysterious and horrifying things. For instance, when I'm taken out to get some fresh air, I always have to walk, even when it rains. The Joe is taken out in a carriage, and when it rains, she doesn't have to go out at all. Another thing, my master and mistress keeps putting on and taking off white pieces of cloth around Joe's bottom, called, for some obscure reason, diapers. At first, I did not understand the significance of this, but when I did, I was deeply shocked. When I have anything of that sort to do, I go out on the street. White cloths or no, I would never do it in the house. At least one thing remained clear. Of the two dogs, I was the most important. You see, each night we would start out in our separate beds. This dog called Joe and I. Now her bed may be a little more fancy and frou-frou, but mine is more practical. In the morning, she would still be in her bed, but I would not be in my bed. Well, if that doesn't show you who's who around here, I don't know what would. And another thing, this Joe dog gets fed several times a day. I only get fed once. Of course, there may be a reason for this. You see, I have been frequently told that my tail is like a little chrysanthemum. Joe thing hasn't any tail at all. Of course, I'm aware that, because of the dictates of fashion, some dogs have their tails clipped. But there is always something left, and Joe has no tail. Perhaps they think that if they feed her, she may grow a beautiful chrysanthemum tail like mine. And by the way, our Joe, as well as having no tail, has practically no hair. Certainly not enough to brush, so when people come to call, we have to put clothes on her. All I need is a good hair brushing. If the summer comes, can fall be far behind? So said the poet. Came autumn, and Joe girl and I are almost the same size. She has a little more hair, but not much. I'm afraid she is just of an inferior breed, called Baby, and there is nothing that can be done about it. When the Joe dog grew bigger, and bigger every day, and more rambunctious, my master and mistress got a doghouse for her, something I have been well behaved enough never to need. And now, when company comes, I have to stay at the doghouse and watch over Joe. I guess I have to be more of use there than is the life of the party. Ho hum. It may be useful, but it's not nearly as much fun. But since we have Joe dog, someone has to take care of her, and I will do my part. I must admit, though, that in our few conversations, she's been most interested in everything I've had to say, which I think is a definitely encouraging sign of intelligence. Therefore, I must admit that, in spite of myself, in spite of the Joe girl, in spite of everything, I am getting very fond of our other dog. So somehow or the other, I have come to the unpredictable, surprising, amazing, astonishing, astounding conclusion. In every home, there should be at least 2 dogs. So now goodbye and lots of love. 小谁